Now we're going to question number 3. Here we have another vocab question or word choice question where you want to invent your own word to fill the space before you look at the answer choices. And for extra help developing your vocab, you can go to gratefultestprep.com/practice and click on the vocab tab. So let's start reading. Scholarly discussions of gender in Shakespeare's comedies often celebrate the rebellion of the characters against the expectations blanked by Elizabethan society. Most of the comedies end in marriage, with characters returning to their socially dictated gender roles after previously defying them, but there are some notable exceptions. So here we're looking for a word that says what were done with the expectations from Elizabethan society. Those expectations are probably being forced on the people, but here's some confirmation. We hear that the characters end up returning to their socially dictated gender roles. So dictating is a really serious word. It really means they're being forced upon them, and they previously defied them, which also implies some emotion and some anger about how people feel about those rules being forced on them. So in my own words, I'll say forced onto them. And looking at the answers, to interject is to thrust something into a conversation. To commit is kind of like to make a promise. To illustrate is to show something that sort of explains some idea. And to prescribe, well, prescribe is an unusual use of an English word. And we definitely see some unusual word usage on the SAT. Here are some examples we've noticed. Consequences, we think of them as bad things, but the definition in a dictionary means it's just the results of something. So becoming a millionaire can be a consequence of hard work. To exploit is to take advantage, but maybe not necessarily in a bad way. I might exploit all of my abilities to solve some really, really important issue. To disrupt can be to shake things up. If someone disrupts me while I'm working, it's kind of a bad thing, but I may disrupt a stale workplace environment and shake things up and make them better. Another, as we're seeing in this question, is to prescribe, which, as one of its dictionary definitions, is to lay out a set of rules. So perhaps when doctors first started giving prescriptions, there was more of an air of, you better take this or else. And so here, to prescribe means exactly that. It means that these rules were being forced on the people in Shakespeare's time. So the answer here is D.